A Georgia state trooper was shot and a protester killed during what the GBI director called a clearing operation at the controversial Cop City, Atlanta Police Department training facility. Thanks so much for joining us today for Fox 5 News at 4. I'm Christine Spiro. This all unfolded about 9:30 this morning. We have live team coverage of the shooting, which happened on the DeKalb County property that will soon turn into a huge training facility for the Atlanta Police and Fire Departments. Fox 5's Deidre Dukes is live at the hospital where that officer is recovering. We begin first with Fox 5's Angelique Proctor in DeKalb County, where the shooting took place. Angelique.
Good afternoon, Christine. The GBI director just wrapped up a news conference, and he makes it clear these so-called protesters at Cop City, he says, are actually criminals who he says are terrorizing this area and have been doing so for some time. The good news, that trooper is stable, but the suspect in this case did not survive. Our Fox 5 cameras were rolling when state troopers pulled a defiant protester out of the woods at Cop City Wednesday. It happened shortly after the GBI says a routine clearing operation to flush activists out of the forest turned deadly.
An individual, without warning, shot a Georgia State Patrol trooper. Other law enforcement personnel returned fire in self-defense. The individual who fired upon law enforcement and shot the trooper was killed in the exchange of gunfire.
The 85-acre scene remained active. There was a mammoth law enforcement presence all around the entire site. Paramedics rushed the injured trooper to Grady Memorial Hospital. The GBI is not yet ready to talk about the deceased protester.
We're not going to go into that right now, into notification of next of kin.
The man they placed in handcuffs taunted police by constantly sticking out his tongue and covering his face with his hair. He spoke to us about the future training facility.
Yeah, they're demolishing the encampment in the forest. They're sending in drones and chemical weapons against free sitters, and they're rounding everybody up to charge them with exaggerated charges.
Meantime, homeowners say they knew something like this would happen.
We've been saying this for a while. It's going to take something to be drastic for them to actually do something about clearing the woods out. So I hate that it happened. I hate the officer got, injured.
And Director Register describes this as an active, ongoing situation. He says they actually pulled 4 people from the woods today, but at this point he is not ready to release their names or possible charges. We are live in DeKalb County. Angelique Proctor, Fox 5 News.
Angelique, thank you so much. And as she mentioned, that officer is stable at the hospital right now. Fox 5's Deidre Dukes continues our live team coverage from Grady Memorial Hospital. Deidre, what else are you learning?
Christine, we are told that trooper is out of surgery and is currently in ICU. We are told that his vitals are good, but he is not out of the woods yet. We are told he has a long road to recovery ahead. Now, just this morning, medics transported that trooper to Grady Memorial Hospital, where he underwent surgery after being shot. We are learning that the trooper was shot in the abdomen. Law enforcement officers from several agencies rushed to the hospital as news of the shooting spread. During this afternoon's news conference, GSP Colonel Chris Wright thanked SWAT team medics and the Department of Natural Resources for their quick action following the shooting.
I want to thank our medics who are embedded with our SWAT team for their quick action. I'm certain that their quick action helped save his life this morning. I also want to thank the Department of Natural Resources who are with us and their quick action to help us extricate him and get him the medical attention that he so desperately needed.
Now, the GSP is not releasing the trooper's name at this time. During the news conference, they did say that the trooper was wearing his bulletproof vest. That's the latest here at Grady Memorial Hospital. Deidre Dukes, Fox 5 News.
All right, thanks for that update, Deidre. Now, Cop City has been a point of contention between protesters and Atlanta police for more than a year. Protesters say they're against Atlanta police and first responders wanting to use that land as a training facility. The disruptions go back as far as last May when a protest turned violent. Police say protesters threw rocks and Molotov cocktails at police. This all happened as officers were escorting construction crews onto the property. 8 people were charged in that incident. 2 months later in July, vandals destroyed surveillance cameras in the Border Walk neighborhood. A couple of weeks later, neighbors say someone opened fire on a technician who went out to repair some cameras. Then back in August, Sky Fox captured this video of heavy police outside the site as Georgia Power worked to repair a damaged transformer. Earlier that week, there was an incident between opponents of the site, officers, and construction crews. And a month later, a fire was reported at the site. The massive blaze destroyed some construction equipment. We're going to continue to follow this developing story, bring you updates on air and online as we get them.